Welcome, my friends. This is my second time fixing the AC system on my 2012 Kia Sorento SX 3.5 all-wheel drive USA model. In this video, I show you step-by-step how to access the blower motor and resistor under the passenger side dash, how to test the blower motor directly from the battery, how to check the resistor with a multimeter, how to measure voltage at the connector, common AC blower issues and what symptoms to look for, tips on locating and identifying components under the dashboard. If your AC fan doesn't work, or works only on certain speeds, the problem is likely the resistor or motor itself. In my case, I found the issue and got it working again. I'll explain how. This is not a professional repair, just a DIY test and fix that worked for me. Let me know in the comments if you have questions or want to follow up on cleaning the evaporator or fixing water leaks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more DIY auto fixes.
First, we need to remove the glove box. There are two plastic stoppers, tabs on each side. Turn them 90 degrees to release. Next, the glove box is supported by two pivot points, plastic pins on the sides. Don't pull out one of the sides completely. Instead, leave one pin slightly engaged so the glove box doesn't drop or twist to one side. This way, you can control it and remove it safely without damaging anything. Next, we have two screws holding the plastic cover below the blower motor. Unscrew both of them and carefully remove the decorative panel.
Right now in the video, we can see the blower motor and two wires. If you're going to disconnect the connector, be careful. In my case, I broke the clip the first time I unplugged it. Here you can see a red and a pink wire. Red is positive and pink is ground or negative. On other vehicles, it might be red and black instead. We need those wires to measure voltage on resistor and motor itself. In this photo, you can see the multimeter settings. The dial is set to DC voltage mode, usually marked with a V and a straight line with dashes underneath it, because we are measuring voltage in a 12-volt automotive system. Make sure the black probe is connected to the common port, and the red probe is in the V ohm milliamp port for voltage measurement. Always double check you're in the correct mode to avoid damaging the multimeter or getting inaccurate readings.
Start your engine. Connect the red probe from your multimeter to the red positive wire going to the blower motor. Then, touch the black probe to a ground point on the car. In my case, it's a bolt mounted into the body of the car. You can scratch the surface of the bolt slightly if it's painted to ensure a better connection. You should see around 12 to 14 volts with the engine running. This confirms that power is reaching the motor properly. In the next part of the video, please pay close attention. This is not our final test. Now, connect the red probe of your multimeter to the pink wire going to the blower motor. If you see 12 to 14 volts, that means the resistor is working. But if you see 0 volts, it likely means the resistor is faulty or not passing voltage through resistor. If 0 volts, resistor is completely dead, replace it. However, this is still not our final test. We'll keep checking further to confirm the issue.
In my case, the blower motor was seized and stuck. I couldn't spin it by hand. To reproduce this check, turn off the engine and remove the cabin air filter, just like during a regular replacement. Then, carefully reach your hand inside and try to manually spin the blower motor. In my case, the motor wouldn't turn at all, which indicates it could be the root cause of the problem.
To remove the blower motor, you need to unscrew 4 screws. 3 hold the motor itself, and the 4th secures a plastic cover located on the front left side, as shown in the video. You need to disconnect this cover first to carefully lower the motor down. Once the motor is out, you'll see which parts need to be detached in order to disassemble it. In my case, after removing the lower cover, I saw that the bottom of the motor was rusty, which caused it to seize. I removed the fan blade propeller and cleaned the inside of the motor with electrical contact cleaner. Then I sprayed the rusted area where the lower cover had been with WD-40, carefully and lightly. Finally, I reassembled the motor exactly as it was. Next, you have two options to test the motor, and it's best to do them in this order. First, with the motor disconnected or fully removed, connect it directly to a 12-volt power source. This will immediately tell you if the motor is dead or still working. If motor spinning directly from a 12-volt power source, plug the original power connector, the one from the car, back into the motor. Start the engine and then apply ground, negative, to either the pink or black wire, using a wire connected to the car's chassis or any good ground point. This will help you test whether the vehicle is properly delivering power to the motor. The motor started spinning. This means it's definitely alive and the electrical circuit is working. But that's not the full story. This only confirms that power is reaching the motor and that the motor itself is functional. However, if, like in my case, the motor only works when an additional ground, negative connection is provided, that's a key sign. The most likely issue is the resistor, because it's responsible for sending the ground control signal. So, the resistor might be partially faulty, or there may be a bad ground connection, which is preventing the blower motor from operating normally. After unscrewing the two bolts and unplugging the resistor, go ahead and install the replacement part. Caution: once you've replaced the resistor and the AC is running, the blower resistor may become hot during operation. This is normal, but be careful when touching it. The AC started working again after I replaced the blower resistor. If it worked for you too, congratulations. I also had an issue where water was leaking into the cabin, dripping down on the passenger side, just below the glove box. Most likely, this was caused by a clogged AC drain hose. So now, I'll show you where the drain hose is located. I highly recommend that, since you've already removed the glove box, you go ahead and blow out the drain hose to clear any debris inside. I also sprayed a cleaning solution into the hose for a deeper clean and flushed it with water. Don't forget to blow into the drain pan inlet as well to make sure it's clear inside. After that, just reassemble everything in reverse order.